pesce fritto, baccalà. Me voglio now, io te che me voglio maritare. La la la, la 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 la. La la la, la 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 la. Oh, come me voglio maritare. Trovammo now, io te che me voglio maritare. Trovammo now, io te che me voglio maritare. Trovammo now, io te che me voglio maritare. No existe.
In this video today, I'm going to be sharing a lot of recipes that range from being very simple yet innovative, like chatapata drink, chaats, no cook recipe, under 5 to 10 minute cook recipe, and even a Shahi dish that you can make for special occasions. Beginning with a recipe that is meant for those who are not too fond of cooking or are busy but still wish to make something nice on special occasions. But we will just add a few simple touches that will make the same thing seem very different. Today I am making pooris that are made in the usual way but with a slight touch of colors in it. For that, I added nothing but beetroot puree and spinach puree. Alongside that goes some basic aloo ki sabzi that we can make in less than 10 minutes if we have boiled potatoes ready. In oil, add jeera, turmeric and Kashmiri lal mirch powder. Make sure to not burn the spices. We simply cook the tomato puree with loads of coriander powder and then add hand-crushed potatoes. Cook this for a while and this recipe will be done in no time.
Staring into the blue sky and just waiting for a sign. Someday is certain of what awaits them when it all ends, but I don't know what will happen to me. Will I be remembered in a century? Or will I be forgotten?
One can make all the regular dishes that one is used to making, like aloo gobi, a simple dal, and turn that into a colorful festive thali by simply including these colorful puris and a basic jaljeera drink.
Master plan, will I be washed away like lines in the sand? I don't know what will happen to me. Will I be remembered in this century? Or will I be forgotten like dust in the wind?
Moving on to what you can call a trick or a hack or a shortcut idea that will help you greatly throughout the festive season. This mixture can turn any curry or gravy into a Shahi recipe.
Like dust in the wind.
This is what I do when I want a curry that tastes decadent and is packed with nutrients but doesn't always include the use of cream or cashews.
Know what lies ahead of me. Am I part of a grand?
Separately dry roast peanuts, sesame seeds and melon seeds. If you don't like the taste of desiccated coconut, you may leave it out, but I find it adds a nice texture. Please note that roasting times will vary depending on the ingredient. Don't rush towards making the mixture. Let everything cool down before you grind it.
Salgo a caminar al sol por nuestro lago.
So far I've only stored this mixture in the fridge. I'm not sure if this will stay fine without the fridge as well.
Tanto recuerdos.
I like to add a couple of teaspoons of this mixture into my tomato or even white curry base to make it thicker and slightly rich. This mixture adds a lot of texture and flavor to the base, although this will not be as velvety as what you get when you use cashews or even cream. But I have to say, this will definitely be quite tasty. Can you imagine having sudden guests at home with no sweets to serve? Well, to the rescue is this easy laddu recipe that not only looks nice but is also super nutritious, and the best part is that it takes less than 5 minutes to prepare and calls for neither white sugar nor condensed milk. Blend all the ingredients in a jar and the mixture will be ready. Rose petals and rose water is only added for a festive touch, and you can totally skip if you wish. Now use soaked dates without the water while grinding and add water as is needed. Also, if you want to avoid the taste of almond peel, you can soak them as well and remove the peel before using. I added it with the peel. Now of course I wanted to give it a festive touch, so I'll be using dry rose powder for coating as well. Basically grind rose petals that you get in the market. Well, now I think that will add some punch of rose. You can totally skip it like I said if you wish. I thought of including a quick festive tip in between all these amazing recipes. Keep watching to the end because I'll be sharing 2 more of these tips that can be helpful during festivals or when you're entertaining lots of guests at home.
Phone call away, and you're ready to.
Simply throw all of your cutlery, maybe silver idols and puja related silver items in boiling water, along with a ball of aluminium foil, some vinegar and baking soda to clean them. In some time this will react and you will receive sparkling pieces. If it works for you too, please let me know.
Right here in the moment, we're breathing life.
In keeping with our discussion of quick meals, I have another fusion recipe for a snack that doesn't involve any cooking.
Right here, all that matters is you and I.
For this, I'm finely chopping bell peppers and green chilies. Other ingredients I included are corn, olives, a little coriander, although all of these are optional. These will be placed in the refrigerator and everything won't be put together until just before serving.
We both escape.
Crush the nachos or chips by hand and add them at last along with some basic seasonings.
Mistake playing on repeat. Baby, let's feel every heartbeat.
When I host, I like to keep things visually engaging, and I did my best to make everything clear and accessible on this day.
Right here in the
Check out the links to see the full vlogs in the description box if you want to see other foods that I also prepared in a previous video of mine.
both of us lost in the sub.
Give me a high five if you enjoy making slightly unique gravies occasionally, such as Shahi gravies, and if so, continue watching for this recipe which you simply must try at home.
Let's save this night.
I am pre-soaking almonds and poppy seeds.
Let's save this night.
Crushing fennel seeds in advance. You can use fennel seeds powder if you have that already.
Favorite mistake playing on repeat.
I'm planning to cook a paneer dish and I thought it could be fun to change things up a little by using these shapes instead of the standard cubes.
In night, I'll be yours till the morning light.
Moreover, I found that softening paneer by soaking it in warm water works wonders.
You breathe in light. Both of us.
To make the gravy base for our paneer recipe, we will begin with a few simple ingredients like white onion, ginger and garlic.
Hold on and let's save this night.
After adding a few fennel seeds or sauf in oil, along with elaichi or cardamom pods, add the chopped ingredients. Add a touch of kasuri methi and then soaked almonds as well.
In my ear, and just whisper
Cook them for a while and then leave to cool down.
nothing's in my ear.
This gravy is going to be whitish in color and so you'll notice that all the ingredients are such. You can choose to replace the almonds with cashews or if you wish only use cream along with a paste of poppy seeds.
Nothing's, yeah, sweet.
But don't omit the cardamom pods and fennel seeds or sauf. Indian dishes get a very Shahi flavor to them due to these two components.
As a modern girl, a child of my times, and a citizen of the world, I won't be bogged down, nailed by convention to the ground. And all I ask from you is it something you can do?
It's a good idea to serve this recipe hot so the paneer will stay soft and the gravy will maintain its consistency. In the end, don't forget to sprinkle on some kasuri methi for flavor and for garnish as well. Moving on to second tip of the day. We all enjoy having wonderful smelling houses and homes, and fresh flower scents are even more delightful. However, it might not be realistic for each of us to be able to purchase fresh flowers. So using essential oil with your preferred fragrance is the answer to solving that problem. Put a few drops on a cotton pad and tuck them away in various living room corners. Every now and then, someone walking by or sitting in that vicinity will catch a whiff of the lovely scent. Well, celebrations are literally going to be in the air.
He was born by the roadside in a broken down carriage, came into life on the run.
If you're an Indian, you've probably crossed a train track at least once in your life. While we waited for the train to arrive, there were vendors at every crossing selling cucumbers with a spicy, tangy dressing. Now, despite not being made with cucumbers, this juice somehow transports me back to those hot summer days when a chatapata snack or beverage was the norm.
His name is a word I'm done.
Perhaps the popular mango-based beverage Aam Panna comes close, but if the grapes are sweet enough, then this drink will be delightful. Do give it a try. Adding a bit of lemon juice since the grapes I used were too sweet. This will make it slightly tangy and add a bit of freshness too.
She had been born there in Saint Bernadette, like brother and sister they were. Out of the two, she was always the strongest. No one
Bajra cookie recipe was a wonderful discovery that I stumbled upon some time ago. Honestly, bajra is a winter food, but I had some leftover flour, which is why I decided to use it this ways. Anything made with ghee reminds me of home. The key to making this recipe is to rub ghee properly in bajra flour. Add powdered sugar, cardamom powder and a touch of salt. Yes, salt will give a different dimension to this recipe. Save this recipe for the upcoming winters and you won't regret it at all. Finally, bake in the oven at 180 for about 10 to 12 minutes or until they are cooked thoroughly. The next dish is not only nutritious but also packed with protein. There's no actual cooking involved other than the time spent steaming. We are going to use moong dal, which only needs about 1 whistle of pressure cooking time if that's all you have time for. Steaming, however, ensures that the texture doesn't get mushy. Preparing a dish by chopping a variety of vegetables and herbs like coriander and mint. Putting it all together with the added spices that are mentioned in the description box. This time we are going to serve the same nutritious meal in a fun and exciting way that the whole family can enjoy. This dish is equally delicious served hot or cold. To spice up the presentation of this dish, grab any old glass jars you have lying around. Fill them in and sprinkle with coriander and optionally more lime juice. Do you like the idea of chaat in a jar?
So true. When I was down and down, along came you. But you might be a liar and cheat too. I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby.
Making and storing a few treats in preparation for the holiday season is something I really enjoy doing. The bajra cookies that we made earlier are also like this. We can store them for a while. Now the next dish requires literally zero work. The puffed rice will be roasted in the oven, so there will be minimal effort required on our part. Mixing oil with other seasonings such as salt, little bit of sugar, red pepper flakes.
Can't let you go. 'Cause I love you. 'Cause I love you. Yeah. There was a time I didn't have.
Now roasted peanuts, curry leaves, bundi and farsan are other good additions. The roasted makhanas were leftovers from a previous batch. This is the kind of snack that can be made ahead of time and enjoyed with chai, and I plan on doing just that. My last hack and tip for busy days or festive days is to get curry cubes ready in advance. Basically, chop onion and cook them well in a little bit of oil. After that, add some pureed or chopped tomatoes. Cook this entire mixture thoroughly till all the moisture dries out. You can even add turmeric at this stage. Once cooled, place the mixture into separate cubes and then freeze. Simply drop 2 to 3 cubes in the pan, add water and spices, and your curry base will be ready for any kind of vegetable recipe. If you're living outside India or perhaps even in Europe just like me, you're going to love this recipe. I'm going to be using zucchini instead of bottle gourd this time. Just a hint, add a touch of sugar always to mimic the natural sweetness of bottle gourd. This recipe is interesting as it uses kalonji or kala jeera in mustard oil instead of the usual jeera. Salt and turmeric is all that goes into this recipe. The juices released from zucchini will bring the whole dish together. If you wish to combine this with pooris in a thali or have it alongside chapati or rice in a normal meal, this recipe pairs well with almost everything.
The light, so fragile in the night, in this moment, forever be, in this moment, forever be.
We Indians love to add side dishes like chutneys and papars to any meal for variety. This recipe which I am sharing today calls for mangoes, but you can substitute tomatoes and get a similarly delicious, spicy and tangy chutney.
Oh, it won't be long. Fading.
Add panch foran, spices, salt, sugar and your main component to the mustard oil. Your side dish will be ready once it has cooked for a while with some water. And with that, I will wrap up this long but fun journey of preparing some yummy recipes for our loved ones and for ourselves. I hope you all enjoyed this video and will give the recipes a shot. Until next time, here's Home Gupshup signing off.